Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist you in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be talking about the 9-9 portal. This is happening on September 9th, 2020, on or around September 9th. I feel as though we're already within these energies, and we will continue to be after the 9th. There are some people that say that the entire month of September is a portal. You guys know how I feel if you've been watching this channel for a little while. I believe that 2020 in and of itself is a portal year, right? And so absolutely September, I'm feeling the energies of this month as being so significant, and the energies on or around this 9-9 portal being extremely significant, especially for those of us who identify as light workers, light warriors, twin flames, healers, all of these star seeds, all of these different things. You guys know I'm not super into labels. It's a very 3D human thing that we do, but it is a way that we understand things, and that's why sometimes we use these words when we talk about all of these different aspects of ourselves, right? We're all multifaceted like that diamond, so we all have many, many different sides. But those who identify with those terms and with that mission, this portal is huge for us. 9 is the number that signifies light workers. It signifies divine mission and life purpose. It signifies empowerment, stepping up into leadership, all of these different things. And this is happening on the day of the 9-9 portal. We also have Mars going retrograde, which is very significant. If you guys haven't checked out the Mars retrograde video that I just did, I highly encourage you to do so, because these energies are all very much intertwined. 9 is also, it's a call to action for light workers, right? So we are being called to action right now. We're being called to step more deeply into our passion and into our purpose and into the next unfoldment of our soul mission, right? We talk about this a lot. We have many, many missions, right? And those missions change as we continue to grow and evolve. But there is a primary mission that a lot of us came to Earth and incarnated at this time in order to fulfill, that has to do with this ascension process and helping and assisting humanity to ascend. This portal for the 144,000 is going to be so significant, right? Just for all of us with that purpose and that mission. It's really being activated right now. And 9 is also the number that signifies the closing out of cycles. And so right now, during this portal and throughout this month of September, right, we are really in this process of closing out these karmic cycles, these old cycles that do not benefit us anymore, that have served their purpose and are now just getting in the way of us continuing to grow and evolve into our true light essence, right? And so some would say these are 9-month cycles that we're closing out. Honestly, I believe these are cycles for a lot of us that go back lifetimes. Remember, like, we are clearing out all karma now. We cannot ascend if we are still attached to three-dimensional reality in terms of karma, soul contracts, all of this different stuff. We are working those out right now. And so there are soul contracts that are being dissolved or expiring right now. There are also more that are being activated, those or reactivated. And those have to do with those soul contracts that we made with people in order to come together to help the earth evolve. And so those people are being called to us. This is a huge energy for twin flames. I'm definitely feeling that as far as closing out a lot of these old karmic contracts, and that those energies in that process of coming back together for their mission. And my ear just popped while I was saying that. This is just for anyone and everyone on a mission of light. It's like all of that stuff that's been holding us down, that is no longer serving our higher purpose and our higher calling. We're being given the opportunity to close that out throughout this entire month of September. If we do not close those things out, a lot of those things will be removed for us. I'm being urged to tell some of you to check out the Uranus retrograde video as well. It's like that tower is going to come in and it's going to remove things if we are not willing and able to do that ourselves. But we're being asked to do that. Like, we're being asked, like, that's part of our evolutionary journey, is learning how to close out these cycles ourselves, how to identify when something is a repeating karmic cycle, and how to move outside of that, right? How to forgive, how to stand in our integrity, how to be the calm eye in the center of the storm, right? We're talking about, this is the blue lunar storm year. So being that calm, how to step into the eye of that storm. I'm feeling for a lot of us that that's what we're being asked to do this month, is to step into the eye of the storm and to view everything from that calm perspective, in the needle, in the eye, right? So yes, this is going to be an incredibly potent portal and an incredibly potent and important month. Yes, so another message that I got was like that if we have cords that need to be cut, if we have situations we're not sure how to end them, we're not sure how to conclude them, how that's supposed to go, how that's going to work, how that's going to happen, your guides and angels and the beings of light are standing by right now, just waiting for the go-ahead to begin the process of doing those things for you. So reach out to them if you want assistance with that. You can also reach out to me. I do a type of angelic healing called Belvaspata that works with 5th, 6th dimensional energies, really whatever energies the practitioner is able to sort of, and a match to channel. And all of these different beings of light, I would love to assist you in this if you need some extra assistance. But your guides and angels are willing to assist you. Just call on them. Like, you don't need to contact me. The healings that I offer are very powerful, and I would highly suggest it for so many reasons other than just that. But like, go with whatever resonates for you, however you're being pulled to contact your guides, to reach out to like, people may be offered assistance in doing this in lots of different ways right now. So just keep your eyes open for that and pray for that, and open yourselves up to the healing power of your guides to move you through those energies. This is also a time where we want to really pay attention to communications that we're receiving, and also to where we're being pulled, where our mind is being drawn. We are receiving messages that are urging us in the direction that we're meant to go, and those messages are going to be getting stronger throughout this entire month. So it's really important to pay attention to those, to really pay attention to your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you where it is that you are meant to go. So trust that right now. You can absolutely trust that. And if you're having trouble deciphering that, meditate, right? Pray, ask for assistance from your guides. I also do personal readings. You can reach out for one of those if you like. I do a reading healing combo that can be really powerful and really helpful for people moving through and sorting through some of this stuff. So just reach out. There may be assistance offered to you in many different ways. So just be on the lookout for that assistance, how it is offered, and for that communication and the different ways that communication comes through. Whether it's signs and synchronicities, whether it's people offering assistance to you directly, whether it's just feeling really drawn to a certain archetype, a certain angel, right? A certain guide in that respect, and working more deeply with them. However it is that you are being called to do this work, it's just so important that we do it. And yeah, like, especially right around the 9/9 portal, like, pay attention to your feelings, your emotions, your desires. Those are leading you. Your soul is speaking to you and communicating to you where it wants you to go. And so, like, we are just being asked to go there. We're being called home right now, wherever that home is, whether it's a place, whether it's a person, whether it's a feeling. We're being called home within ourselves. We may also be called to different locations right now. And if we are, part of the reason for that is because our energetic signature can assist the planetary grid in the place that we're being called to travel to. So some people may be moving. Some people, there may be big life changes happening on or around and throughout this entire month of September, and really this entire second half of 2020. And so just know that a lot of that stuff is divinely guided. If things are falling, if things seem to be erupting into chaos right now, that chaos is orchestrated. You just cannot possibly sometimes see the orchestration because we're not always meant to understand, but we are being asked to trust right now, to trust what's being removed, to trust the chaos, and to continue coming back to our center and being guided through this process by our intuition. This is like a deepening of our faith. This is like an initiation period, like an activation and initiation period for us all as we step up into this next level of our growth and this next level of our consciousness. So yeah, I'm going to pull some cards. I'm probably going to do a tarot spread at the end of this. We're going to start out with some oracle cards. Well, this is the Archangel Power Tarot, but it's a bit of a non-traditional. I may do some traditional tarot right at the end too, to see if there's any more specific messages that want to come through for that. But I'm really interested and intrigued to see what comes through. Like, this is powerful stuff. This is like really clearing out those cycles, closing out those cycles that have been with us, some of us for lifetimes, and really like coming back to where it is that we belong. So we have the Two of Raphael, which is the Two of Cups in the traditional deck. Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits. Don't give up on those you love. And so this is like some of that twin flame energy that I was feeling, that I was talking about. Twin flames and soulmates, people that we are meant to create with together, to partner with together, to bring in this new earth, to be in that energy, to bring that. It's like, I see there's like the healing staff down here. And that makes sense because the cups are ruled by Raphael in this deck, right? But it's like healing. I'm feeling this intense healing. Like, people are going to be called back to where, like we said, to their home, right? Wherever that home is. And for some people, that home is a person. And that person helps us find the home within. There's incredible healing that's going to come about for people in twin flame partnerships and soulmate partnerships, in all of this, as far as like coming together and those final pieces of healing that need to occur, that are ready to occur with the joining of energies and the way that is then healing the world. And I wasn't expecting to get into twin flame stuff on this video, but it's coming up. So, you know, I'm just saying what I'm feeling, you guys. But it's, so the journey first is internal, right? We meet a lot of us, somebody who mirrors us externally, mirrors and exposes all the work and all the growth that we need to do, everything that's keeping us from love, right? Everything that's blocking us from love. So we have that experience. We then have this internal union that has to happen as we balance out our own masculine and feminine energies. We come back into union with each other, and that energy literally creates a portal in and of itself of unconditional love. And this portal and this energy that's created uplifts the entire planetary grid. And so I go back and forth in my own personal beliefs about all of this, which are tainted by my own personal bias and experience. But at the end of the day, like, that is the reality that is channeled to me of this twin flame energy and what that is doing. Like the illuminated twin flames, the twin flames that came here with that specific purpose. Because I don't know, I'm not channeled all the information. There are possibly many twin flames who have incarnated together for that purpose of growth, like accelerated growth during this lifetime. And that is incredibly healing for the planet, right? And for those souls. But there are those that go by different names. Some would call them the illuminated twin flames, which are these angelic beings who came here to, by uniting their energies, uplift the entire energy of the planet. And so I'm really feeling that energy coming through, and I'm just feeling healing on all of those levels. It's interesting because we have the Four of Raphael, or the Four of Cups, coming after, which is seek out other possibilities, look for the magic in life, be aware of your own emotions. And so this is an interesting combination of cards. So I'm thinking that it's people who are seeking this reunion with this counterpart. I'm feeling as though there are possibilities and ways for this that you haven't seen up until this point, and perhaps you're going to be given a glimpse of those possibilities on and around this portal. So what I'm feeling from this, it's saying look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. So this is like your emotions are guiding you. Your emotions are telling you, like, if there is somebody that's, and this could be, and this isn't just for people who've already met, this is maybe for people who haven't even met their energetic counterpart yet as well. And it's just like, pay attention to the feelings and the emotions associated. If this is a first meeting, when you meet this person, if this is somebody that you are separated from, when you think about this person, pay attention to that and allow that to guide you. Be aware of those emotions and what those are guiding you and what those are calling you to do. And just remember that the magic always exists, right? This journey is a test of our belief in magic, right? Because sometimes the outer circumstances seem so impossible that in order to believe that it is possible to unite, to experience this union, this reunion, whatever you want to call it, we have to believe in magic, because there is no other way. It's like it forces us to become believers. And so I feel this energy for a lot of people of like becoming believers and like asking for assistance. Like, if you don't know the path forward, ask for assistance, ask to be shown that. Be open to whatever possibilities show up in your reality. And I'm feeling for some people too, this is like people who had their heart set on a particular outcome or a particular person. Be open to all the possibilities where that's concerned as well. Like, and we've talked about this before, this detachment energy, right? And this understanding of like, sometimes when we release our attachment to the person and we just become open to the energy, then that person is brought in. Or we find out, we become open to the fact that maybe it wasn't that person all along, right? That's part of the mystery. We don't get to control that either. So those are interesting messages that are coming out as far as the twin flame union goes. And I don't know if I'm going to take all of these cards here. Yeah, I'm not taking 5,000 cards when they come out anymore, Spirit. Like, we need to be more precise. We need to be more, yeah, like that. 9 of Gabriel, stay determined to move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. So this is, right, we get a 9 card, right, which is appropriate. And so this is like not giving up, staying the course. Once again, having that trust, having that faith, and it's the possibilities keep coming up, right? This one says, seek alternate possibilities. Be prepared for any possibility. So it's like, this is where it's like that inspiration is coming forward. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh, I'm going to have to plug in my computer because it's about to die. I really apologize, you guys, but we don't want that. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. But yes, as we were saying, be prepared for when it comes to any situation. Like, this is a time where absolutely anything can happen. And this is where I'm also being called back to mentioning that Uranus retrograde video. Like, anything is possible right now. Absolutely anything. There are possibilities that you couldn't have even dreamed of. And this isn't just when we're talking about twin flames or soulmates or any of this. This is when we're talking about just career, when we're talking about our life path, everything. Like, anything could happen right now. And there are so many solutions and possibilities that we couldn't even possibly dream of. What we're being asked to do is to stay the course, to trust, to continue to focus our intentions, to continue to open our hearts and heal our hearts, which is why I really recommend the Belvaspata to people, the angelic healing of the heart that I do. And just like, be as firmly and as wholly and completely in our own energy as we can be. Yeah. Don't give up. I just heard in my head, don't give up before the fat lady sings, whatever that means. All right, this is a bunch of cards again. So we'll see here. Okay, we're going to take this one. 6 of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. And so this is more that unexpected energy, right? This is like positive windfalls. I just did the daily reading and it was talking about karmic rewards for the closures of these karmic cycles and for the way that we maintained our integrity during these cycles. And so I'm just feeling like there are people who, and this is relating as well, this is anyone who's struggling in any way when it comes to finances or worrying about the things that you're trying to do in any respect of your life and how your finances are going to play into that and whether your finances are going to be okay, and feeling possibly like you haven't been able to move forward with something because of your finances. Like, be open to those crazy possibilities when it comes to that too. It's like we're receiving blessings where that is concerned. Like, that is not a thing that we are going to have to worry about moving forward. Like, trust, this is where that trust comes in again, that is going to be taken care of for you. If you move in the direction that your soul is calling you to go, like, these things naturally unfold as they're meant to. And it's just continuing to be in that energy of abundance by giving. And like, when we give, we also receive, and we open up that energetic gateway and connection. So continuing to be generous, continuing to give. I mean, obviously don't put yourself in a financial situation that is really unstable in order to overgive, right? But giving can be so many things, and it doesn't just have to be money. Giving of time, giving of compassion, right? Giving of just whatever little ways that we can help people and reach out to people. And that energy of gratitude, just really having that energy of gratitude, having that energy of gratitude for everything that we have manifested and everything that we're getting ready to manifest. And then we have prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So some things are going to happen unexpectedly. Some other things are going to happen just as you expected them to if you continue taking the steps that you need to. But more than anything else, I'm just feeling this is like confirmation of the prosperity that's coming through for a lot of us. It's just like, and by take the next step, it's like take the next step that you're guided to take, whether it makes sense or not. If you're being guided to take that step and trust. And then we have the Chariot, determination and self-control, career advancement, acknowledgements of success by others. And this is that fast-moving, forward-moving energy, right? So it's just like all of this abundant energy that's moving towards us when it comes to love, when it comes to finances. And how does all of this energy come to us? As we release what needs to be released, and we make room and we make space for it. We make space for it in our lives. We make space for it in our hearts. And this is really cool. I'm loving this because I was feeling this energy of this very earthy material energy with this portal as well. And so I love how all of this concrete material kind of stuff is coming through. It's really interesting. It's like this portal of abundance that we're entering right now. Knight of Michael. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. And so be guided by your intuition, but like don't lose sight completely of your logic, I think is what's coming through as far as that goes. But really, what I'm feeling more than anything from this card is just the fast movement, right? It's coming out next to the Chariot. So this is like fast moving energy. It's like when some of this starts happening, it's just going to be like boom, 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 boom. And it's just going to keep going and keep flowing. And like everything is going to feel like it's happening at once. That's what I feel like is going to happen for some people. And so I'm feeling like those of us who have been experiencing a bit of a slowdown as Mars entered his shadow period and is preparing to go retrograde, like, that slowdown is happening for a reason, because when things kick back into gear again, it's going to be lightning quick. And so that's when we're going to have our wits about us. That's what this choose logic over emotion means, is like having our wits about us when all of this starts happening. It's like follow your heart, follow your intuition. But when all of this change starts occurring, don't get so overwhelmed by your emotions that you can't think and you can't act, and don't allow yourselves to be paralyzed. We have to be able to move with that and flow with that. and take advantage as these opportunities pop up, as this communications come through, as all of this starts happening. We have to be able to really tap into that and go with that. And trust, this is where trusting ourselves comes in. It's not just trusting our heart and our emotion, it's being able to trust our logic as well. And to know that that logic is coming from a higher realm, right? Our higher logic, connecting to our higher logic, not our wounded logic, not our ego logic that wants to keep us stuck and keep us still and keep us safe, right? Like, it's great to be safe, but we don't grow in safe, right? We grow in the unknown. We grow when we embrace change and new possibility, but the ego hates that. The ego hates that. So it's like, there is going to be a bit of a battle for that. On the 9-9 portal itself, we have the sun opposing Neptune, right? So it's like the soul self and the ego self. And the push and pull of that as we're dissolving more of that ego self and stepping more into that soul self. Yeah. And then we have the 9 of Ariel on the bottom of the deck, which would be, this would be the, I believe this would be the 9 of Pentacles in the traditional deck. But this one says, your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. So this is just more and more confirmation, right? And this is like, what do we talk about? This 9-9 portal is about the activation, right, of light workers, the call to action for light workers. And so we're really feeling this energy coming in really strongly, where it's like, if we answer the call of our purpose, all of these cards are just assuring us of the abundance that is on its way. Even if we haven't seen that abundance manifest just yet, that abundance is coming. Like, we can be absolutely assured of that. And when it rains, it's going to pour, you guys. Yes. And then on the bottom of the deck, as I was shuffling, we got the 8 of Raphael, which would be the 8 of Cups in the traditional deck. There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. A spiritual quest. And the quest reminds me of the travel and the movement again, right? That we were talking about as we're being drawn where it is that we belong. So that's really interesting. But this is like, there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right. That's like us releasing all of these outdated cycles, right? These outdated karmic relationships, karmic cycles, jobs, all of this stuff that is no longer serving us. It's like, we know within our hearts that there's something better for us. We've been in the process of learning and accepting that we deserve that better. And once we really truly feel within our souls, within every aspect of our being, that we deserve that better that we know is out there, we're being asked to move toward that. And we're being told that we know what that is. We know, do what is right for you. You know what is right for you, right? It's like, it's been saying, like we've been saying, we're going to pull some Moonology cards. These cards have been talking a lot lately. We know the answers that we seek, right? It's just learning how to trust that. But like, yeah, just learning how to trust that. You know what is best for you. You know what it is that you desire. You know what it is that you deserve. And it's really just us stepping into that. All right. What do we have? A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries energy. And we've been talking about the Mars and Aries transit, right? And all of this fiery energy. So it's like, this is going to be intense energy for a lot of us. This is going to be like tower type energy in some situations as well. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't be too proud. Don't be too proud, whatever that means. Like, whoever this is for knows what that means. Like, if your pride has been holding you back in a situation, don't allow that. Like, that's the ego, right? That's what we're moving past. What we're moving out of is that pride and that ego that holds us back from saying the things that we want to say, from doing the things that we want to do. And like, we cannot allow that. It's pride and it's fear, right? And it's time to move past that. And then balance spirituality and practicality. So this is what we are learning how to do so that we can become ready for all this abundance that's coming our way. We have to know how to juggle all of that, how to keep our spirituality a focus as well, how to bring our spiritual into our, this is a big time of us learning how to merge the spiritual and the physical, and how to live every moment like a prayer, right? How to live in that devotion. So really, like, the balance for that. This card always comes out. The answers you need are coming. And then on the bottom of the deck, a personal issue reaches resolution. So those answers are coming. Those answers are within us. So it's not really like they're coming from out here necessarily. It's like they've been in here all the whole time. It's like we're finally learning how to listen and how to really hear that and to respond to that. Any other cards? Okay. Emotions are running high. Supermoon, right? So this goes with the fiery climax approaches. There are some very intensely charged emotional situations. And those are the situations where you want to apply your logic as well, right? We may be triggered emotionally. Other people may be triggered emotionally. We're having to learn how to work through all of that. It's just a lot of really intense energy this month as we are closing out these cycles, as we are really learning how to learning our worth and learning how to demand that, and not in like a overbearing way, but like how to really just command that respect, command that whatever it is that we deserve, how to stand up for ourselves, how to stand in our truth, a lot of people are going to be going against the grain with some of this stuff that we're being called to do, right? Like, we are the way showers. We are creating a new earth. We are creating a new way of living. Some of these cycles that are closing out have to do with our ancestral cycles, right? Ancestral karma, like the ways that things have already always been done that are outdated and are not working anymore. And as we are showing people a new way, there's going to be a lot of people who are very ingrained, like all of that. The old ways they're very indoctrinated, right? It's very deeply ingrained in them. And for a lot of us, we've had to go through this process of learning how to release that within ourselves, because we carried that coding within us as well, and having to work through that. And part of working through that is sometimes like knowing within our hearts the truth and what needs to be done, and what is knowing that things don't have to look the way that everybody else around us thinks they should look, but nobody else being able to see that instead of us, and us having to stand against a lot of people's opinions who think they know best for us, right? Then that's why we have to learn how to trust ourselves, because if we can't trust ourselves, we're always going to bow down to what other people want, and we're going to let other people make our decisions for us, right? We're going to make decisions out of fear. We're going to make decisions out of pride. Like, we don't want to do that anymore. We want to make decisions out of love, not out of feeling indebted to people, right? Because that's not love either, but out of real, true love. And then we got two Aries cards here. We got the new moon in Aries as well. It's time to take action and hold your vision on the bottom of the deck. So, yeah, we're being called to take action in different areas of our lives where we may have been kind of holding back out of pride, out of fear, out of whatever it was, out of financial insecurity for some of us, and really being called to take that leap. And there is so much assistance, and this is still on the bottom of the deck. There is so much assistance available to us for that. And now I'm trying to figure out, I want to pull one of these for you guys. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle. So we're going to get some cards from this deck as well. This is some interesting stuff that's going on right now that we're talking about here, that's coming up. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. So we're coming back to this again, the giving and the receiving and the opening up that receptive heart center, right? That energy of being of service in whatever ways that we can be. And just living in that space of gratitude, whatever is going on in our external reality right now, just being in that space of gratitude. This is what is bringing all that abundance in for us. So that's just reiterating that. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Time to let go, time to release all that is weighing us down, all that is not serving us anymore. Fox Spirit, think on your feet. This is where that being able to think fast, right? Being able to employ the logic in those high stress, high emotion situations where people are acting out of wounding, where people are acting out of fear of letting go, fear of not having enough, right? Like all of these primal fears are being stirred in people, in us and in the other people around us. And so it's really like being able to move with compassion in those situations, and to employ the logic and not get caught up in our own emotional chaos, right? That's what we talk about, being in the eye of the storm. And then Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. Just see that, believe that, and know that as you move forward. And Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Yes, and Snake Spirit, time to heal. Time to heal. And I was thinking rebirth when I thought the snake, because that's what I always think of it. And right under that is Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. We are being reborn into something. So, okay, actually, I want to talk about this real quick too. Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. So what this means is that if we're looking back at situations where we feel like we invested so much time, and we're just like, you know, relationships that are ending, jobs that are ending, things like this, and we're like, why did I waste so much time with this? None of that time was wasted. We learned and we grew, right? And we did resolve a lot of that karma that needed to be resolved. Like, there is always a reason for everything. The time is only wasted when you are fully aware that the cycle has completed and you're not willing to let go. Then, and this is just my personal opinion, I guess, then we're wasting time. But up until then, it's never wasted, right? Because we are learning, and you gained, whether it's a job that you're leaving that you invested a lot of time and money into, you still gain the skills that are going to help you moving forward, right? You gained experience. It might have opened you up to other opportunities, right? That relationship helped you to grow. It helped you to realize and understand what it is that you really want. It helped you to learn more about yourself, like whatever it is. Like, there is always, that time is never wasted. Like I said, until we know better, and then we continue to stay. That's when we need to let go. And I wanted to read what the Fox Spirit says for some reason, because it popped up again on the bottom of the deck, and I was really drawn to that. And I think that we may need some guidance. Like, it's going to be, some of these situations are going to be difficult to navigate. That's why I said definitely reach out to me if you'd like a personal reading, so that we can talk about what's going on personally with you if you do need guidance. And these cards are just so gorgeous. So I'm going to hold that up for you guys so you can admire that while I read. Be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind, a time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move, aware of your surroundings and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. What you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by Fox Spirit, will serve you well. I love that. I love that. Yeah, and it's interesting. I want to read the protection message for this too. So they have an oracle message and a protection message. So the protection message says, are you camouflaging yourself to avoid intimacy? Perhaps you are being too clever for your own good and playing games to protect yourself. Being dishonest with yourself or others can become isolating and create obstacles to true connection. Fox Spirit calls you to be attuned to what is happening within you and around you, so that your quick thinking and creativity can lead you to better relationships and situations. You are called to use Fox Spirit beneficially rather than in ways that keep you from experiencing what you want. Or perhaps right now you are realizing that a situation is trickier than it appears on the surface, and you are afraid to make a move in case it turns out to be a mistake. Fox Spirit is here to remind you that when you are in alignment with the Great Spirit, the answers and solutions can come quickly and you can trust them. Don't overthink a situation in order to avoid the challenge of facing a difficult truth. Fox Spirit's creative nature will always be there to guide you and help you move quickly into better circumstances. So that's really perfect, I think. And I'm just going to let that message speak for itself. And now I think all right, I'm going to pull a couple of these and then we're going to get into some tarot, you guys. So this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And we're just going to see what cards come up. I haven't used these in a little while here. These are really beautiful cards as well. So let's see what guidance we have for the 9/9 portal and the month of September in general from these cards, from this Jesus. Okay, we have beginnings, new moon. So, right, these are the new cycles that are getting ready to begin, right? As we close out those old ones, we have surrender. And we have hunger. And it's interesting, the wolf keeps coming up and appearing, which is really fascinating. We had a couple in the daily reading the other day, too, in the cards. And so, yeah, we're asking to surrender to these new beginnings. To surrender to the beginnings that are wanting to take place by releasing what needs to be released, and by kind of just like taking that step into the unknown, taking that step through the doorway, right? Like, why are we living in winter when we could be living in this? Why are we living in lack when we could be living in abundance, right? So surrendering and allowing as those beginnings, to those phases and cycles, as those beginnings want to take root, and really like paying attention to like, it's like surrendering to the new beginnings and to surrendering to what it is that our soul is yearning for. What are you hungering for? Where is that hunger coming from? That hunger lives deep inside us, right? And it gnaws at us and gnaws at us. If we're not feeding that hunger, it will continue to grow until it literally eats us alive. So really paying attention to what it is that we're hungering for, as we've been talking about. Attraction, right after that, 44. What are you hungry for? What is attracting you? What are you attracting, right? Through your thoughts, through your vibration, through your actions. This is like supermoon. This is like potent, powerful manifestation energy and realization. So this is realizations that are coming through for us about what it is that is attracting us, what it is that we're hungering for, what new beginnings it is that are looking to start, and how we can surrender into that process and just let go, right? How we can surrender and like maybe in some situations stop being that lone wolf, right? And sort of like being called and drawn back to our pack, where it is that we belong. Just these deep realizations, and like part of these, like these realizations are spurred by the things that we are attracted to, right? Whether this is an article that we're attracted to reading, a book that we're attracted to reading, a video that we're attracted to watch. Like, pay attention to what is attracting you right now and what hunger that thing is fulfilling for you. Okay. And then we have pleasure. Yeah. So, I mean, it's what brings you pleasure, what brings you joy, right? How can, like, look at her. It's like the universe is exploding out of her, right? Like, how can we tap into that more? How can we embrace the things that bring us pleasure, right? Like the things that bring us pleasure in a positive way. This is also, I'm feeling like, for some people, an understanding of how like mindless pursuit of pleasure in the past has attracted more hunger, right? Like it's made us feel empty inside. So for some of us, it's also just realizations around that, and around like what true pleasure is, like what truly pleases us. Not the instant gratification of pleasure, but like what pleases us long term, and how do we invest in that? And then on the bottom of the deck, change. Expect change. Change is coming. There's nothing we can do to stop it, right? It's like she's got her feet up against this boulder, this rock, this moon. I think this is actually a moon, right? And she's trying to stop it from moving, but like, you think she's going to be able to stop that? I don't think so. And then resistance. What are you resisting as far as this change goes? Where are you resisting change, and where can you release this resistance, right? Where is your will working for you, and where is your will working against you? And how can we harmonize this so that our will is working for us, right? And fear. What fears are still holding us back, right? What fears, where is this fear of change, right, playing into this resistance? And how can we release that? How can we work through that? contact me for an energy healing session if you need assistance with that. I can help with that. And how do we allow that fear to then turn into faith? That's what we're being asked to do right now. Walk through our fears and find our faith. Yes. All right, you guys. I don't know. I was... and change popped out again. I was going to do some tarot too, but honestly, I don't know if we even need tarot after all of that. I feel like what I want to do to close is a Sacred Rebels card, actually. So let's get a Sacred Rebels card for this 9/9 portal for this whole month, this whole portal month of September, for all of these changes that we're going through right now. Like what guidance do you have for us? Okay, perfect. Release the dark wound, let love live. Perfect. And we're going to read that from the book. If we detach something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what it is not yet ready or willing to become, we can unintentionally sap it of its strength and kill it. There is a dark wound in the consciousness of humanity which demands perfection and denies process. If you are thinking of publishers before you have ever written a book, if you are comparing your unfinished song idea to the latest best-selling pop release, if you have decided you are not good enough or worthy enough to succeed before you've given it everything you've got and asked for divine help, then this dark wound has you in its grasp. You have to let go of the death grip of perfectionism and let yourself and your ideas live. And this is perfect as we're in Virgo season right now as well, right? And so that is the downfall of Virgo energy, is so beautiful, but it is that energy of the perfectionist. So really asking us to move beyond perfectionism. That is beautiful. Love is abundant, creative, and inspiring. It moves us so much more joyously and creatively than fear. You're being asked to honor the path of your own love. What inspires you, what feels exciting, joyful, and perhaps even rather different. Let that live. Release the dark wounding of false belief. There are countless stories of vastly successful artists who very nearly binned the project that was the making of their career because of the despair fostered by their own dark nature. They doubted. They were uncertain. Was their work any good? Was it useless? They struggled to believe in the right of a work to come to life, whether it was accepted, revered, or rejected by others or not. They nearly lost their work to fear. Undoubtedly, there have been many times when this has actually happened and the work was not saved, not allowed to live. Do not let this happen to you. Whether something is meant to be a commercially oriented venture or a more personal creation for your own therapeutic healing, it must be allowed to be without judgment, without criticism, even without premature evaluation. It must be allowed to be what it is, and only time, love, patience, and attention will reveal it. Yeah. So allowing that creative process, right? This is just more confirmation for those of us who have things that we're endeavoring to do, right? As light workers are being called more deeply into our purpose, do not let fear stop you. Whatever it is that you are wishing to create, whatever it is that you are wishing to pursue, right? Whatever it is that brings you that pleasure, right? Like, do not abandon that before it's even begun. That's like the Hold Your Vision card, right? That we get all the time in the Moonology deck. It's like, allow that process, allow that creative process. Don't stifle ourselves. Well, a thing that I used to always do when I thought about creating things was I always thought to myself, well, somebody else has already done it. You know, like, I'm a writer. That's something that I haven't done. I've done little things with it here and there, but I haven't really committed myself to that path. And when I would think about writing creatively, I would just think, well, that story's already been told. Or somebody's already done that. Somebody's already created that. Somebody's already said that. So why me? because the way that we do it is different than the way anybody else can. That's why me, because I can do it differently, because I am unique. My exact perspective and the way that I put things into words is different from the way anybody else can do it. And that applies to each and every single one of us. So it's just allowing that process, not being too hard on ourselves, not expecting a masterpiece right off the bat. Like, things take fine tuning, right? It's about putting in that work. It's about being willing to do that. It's about not being afraid. Like, if I had let fear stand in my way, I never would have come on YouTube in the first place. Like, that is terrifying to put yourself out there like that. Like, I'm sure there are tons of people who watch these videos and criticize every little thing about me. I can do that. I used to do that to myself all the time, right? But who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? It brings me joy. It brings me pleasure. I know that it brings value for other people as well. And all those other people, what does it matter what they think? Why does that need to matter to me? Right? And so really understanding that and like allowing ourselves, like, don't allow fear, don't allow perfectionism, don't allow any of that stuff to get in the way of pursuing what it is that sets your soul on fire, because that's what you were put here to do. And that is what we are really getting a deeper glimpse and a deeper understanding of through this 9/9 portal. As we are also releasing everything that doesn't serve, we are coming more into concert and more into harmony with that which does. And so I think that the perfection of your life. Life is this perfect, beautiful dance if we allow it to be. Even the painful things are perfect, right? Because they help us to learn and they help us to grow. So just really falling into and seeking the harmony that is waiting for us when we surrender into that process of creation, right? Of rebirth, of destruction and creation and all of that energy. When we surrender into that, it is so absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to pull a Work Your Light card just to close this out. I know, you guys, I know. What do we have? Oh, perfect. We have Leap and Unbound. Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. Take the steps that you are guided to take. Trust. Well, we have had so many cards confirming today that prosperity and abundance lie waiting for you if you are willing to take that leap. If you're willing to do the thing that scares you the most, right? That is where the most rewards will be found. And then Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That's what we're doing. Like I said, there's a whole host of guides and angels who are willing to assist you with releasing this stuff. I am willing to assist as well if you guys want to reach out to me for help with that. And as I'm saying all of this, we have on the bottom of the deck here, Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Everything is divinely orchestrated on your behalf. This is where we're talking about the chaos and how things may seem crazy and we may not understand why things are happening, and we trust that there's a reason. There is a reason. And your guides are standing by, waiting to help you, ready to help you. Let them in. And then on the bottom of that, we have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I feel almost like that energy as I was saying that, where I want you to hold out your hand so that I can smack it. But not in like a mean or a bad way. Just in a like, don't do that to yourself anymore. Don't do that to the world anymore. When we dim our light in order to fit in, what are we trying to fit in with? We're creating a better world. Do you honestly feel that the world as it is right now is something like, does that resonate with you? Is that something that you're like, I absolutely love the way that this world is and the way that we live in this world, and I want to just blend in with that and be another a faceless person in the herd? Do you really feel like that? I doubt it. If you're still watching this video, you do not feel like that. So why are you trying to fit in with that? Why are you not summoning that courage and that strength to break that mold, right? Like, we show by example. We lead by example. Be that example. Be that change that you want to see. And that's how I'm going to leave it tonight. If you would like, there is a link to donate to my channel below. I very much appreciate donations. They help to support all the free content that I love making for you guys. If you like this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, hit the bell with the little squigglies so you get the notifications. I love you all. I appreciate you all so very, very, very much. If this video resonated, drop a comment and let me know. I appreciate every single interaction that I have with every single one of you. We are all on this journey together. We are doing such beautiful, important, profound stuff. Whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, every little thing that you do is so important and so brave and so beautiful. And so are you. Good night, guys.